Estimators know that getting the labor right is critical to putting together a competitive bid. Yet properly calculating labor is also one of the most difficult tasks the estimator faces. That's why IntelliBid's auto labor feature is so powerful. It asks the right questions and does the calculations for you, making getting the right labor easy. Let's see how this works. I'll start by taking off two parallel 400 amp feeders with auto labor turned off. We'll note the labor and then do it all again with auto labor turned on and compare. I've got my feeder assemblies down here. Some of them automatically size the pipe and wire for me based on the amperage I choose, but I want an oversized pipe, so I'll use this assembly and do it manually. Feeder assembly by pipe. IntelliBid first asks me the mounting type, so we'll use concrete. So EMT on concrete. Now for the size, and I'll use an oversized 4-inch pipe. So now IntelliBid is asking me key questions to build the right material list. So what's the conduit length? We'll do 200 feet and 2 parallel runs, and we'll do 2 90s per run, no field bins, and then how many sets of connectors are needed, which we call segments. Again, 2. Now I've got my pipe and I just need to grab the wire. I'll use this 500 kc mil copper. Now I already had entered the pipe length, so no need to enter that again. IntelliBid automatically knew and calculated the right length for the wire. And let's use 15 extra feet for makeup. And we're pulling 4 wires at once, plus ground. So then for the ground wire, we'll use the number 3. So no questions at all this time because, again, all the answers that it needed were previously done and put in memory. So even without the auto labor factor feature, you can see there's this quick workflow that's built into IntelliBid. Look how quickly I was able to build up this material list. And then down here I've got my totals for material, $13,473, and labor hours at 221. So this labor value is what you would get if you opened up your labor manual and looked up the normal level for all these material items, which is time consuming by itself. But IntelliBid did that automatically. The problem, of course, is this value is wrong as far as how long it will actually take to do this work. And it's wrong by a lot. In this case, it's way too high because there are savings in running the wires and significant savings in running these feeders in parallel. How much savings? Well, you could get out your calculator, or you could simply guess, or you could do it the intelligent way, which is to use IntelliBid's exclusive auto labor factor. So I'm switching to a new subphase called auto labor. And down here, I'll turn on labor from 1.0, which is the default, to auto. And that's it to turn on this powerful feature. So I'll do all the same takeoff again. Feeder by pipe, EMT on concrete, 4-inch conduit, 200 feet, 2 parallel runs, 2 Ls per run, no field bins, 2 segments. And now with the auto labor factor, it's going to ask me 2 more questions. How high am I mounting this? So let's mount this 12 feet high, and what floor are we on? So let's just do the first floor. Now these extra questions aren't going to affect the labor much for this installation, but if we were in a warehouse, for example, with a 40-foot mounting height, that would impact labor significantly. So now that we've taken off the pipe, let's do the wire. And again, 15 feet extra, 4 wires in pull, and the ground wire. So see our result. The same material price, but the labor went down by 62 hours. So the auto labor factor calculated that we're pulling 4 wires for each pipe plus the ground, and so reduced the labor factor to 55.2% of the book value. And the 2 EMT runs we're installing in parallel, it reduced the labor there by a factor of 80.3%. So now our labor is where it should be, which means our bid price can be where it should be. And all I did was turn on the auto labor feature down here. It's that simple. So which contractor has the better chance of winning the bid? The one who calculated labor factoring or not? Clearly, the one who calculated it has many fewer hours to carry and can confidently bid a lower price. So the question becomes, is your competition using auto labor factoring? And if you don't have it, get it and start estimating faster with more accuracy using IntelliBid and this great feature called auto labor factoring.